You're watching BCTV. We're all about Brantford. You're watching BCTV, Brantford Government Television, a service of Brantford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Brantford.
Okay, welcome. We'll call the Board of Selectmen's meeting for February 5th, 2020 to order. Item 1, put forward the minutes for the December 4th, 2019. They're in our package. Put that forward for acceptance.
I make a motion to approve.
All right, it's been moved, seconded. Any discussion, credits, edit? There are none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 2, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Brantford Land Trust for an abatement of taxes for property located at 21 Anchorage Road, AKA 21 Anchorage Farm Road, for the grand list years 2018 and 2019.
Good evening. For the record, James Perito from Halloran and Sage. I'm an attorney representing the Brantford Land Trust. I have come to this board before in the past under Connecticut General Statute 12-127 and 12-81B, as well as our Town Code 2020-1. The statutes in the code permits the Board of Selectmen to abate taxes effective as of the date of acquisition of property by an exempt entity, which is the Brantford Land Trust. The Land Trust, as you know, is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to acquire and preserve open space for the citizens of the town of Brantford. When owners convey the property to the Land Trust, we require all outstanding taxes to be paid at the time of transfer. However, as is often the case, tax bills which are not yet due and owing or not yet issued are for grand lists that are prior to the date of acquisition but not yet due. In this case, the Land Trust acquired the property on Anchorage Farm Road as of 12/23/2019 and recorded the deed, and the tax bill I think I attached is the January 1st bill, which is for the second half of the October 1st, 2018 grand list. So that was not due and payable when we acquired the property, then became due and payable, but then we're exempt. And also, because as of 2019, the Land Trust did not own the property, that bill, which would be coming forward this coming June, July, that would also be exempted if you approve it. Yeah. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
No, this is something we've done in the past, correct?
Yes, yeah. we've done it
Right.
further. I think we have a
May I ask the overall acreage and the amount of taxes being paid?
The acreage is, I believe, over 4 acres. It's a parcel that's at the end of Anchorage Farm Road. It abuts the Young's Pond Park. It's a nice piece. It is, the January bill was $4,020. There's currently an old barn structure and shed on that, which is slated to be either removed or demolished before the end of this fiscal year.
Any other questions?
I'll move it.
Moved, second it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks. Item 3, to consider and if appropriate, approve the following resolution. The Regional Performance Incentive Program Resolution of Endorsement. The Board of Selectmen, Town of Brantford, hereby endorse the South Central Regional Council of Governments Regional Performance Incentive Program proposals listed below, authorizing SCRA to apply for funding under RPIP, which is the Regional Performance Incentive Program, and authorizing SCRA to enter into any required contract and/or agreement should the proposals be selected for the RPIP award. All as referenced in Connecticut General Statutes, Section 4-124S. Such proposals are attached to and made part of this record, and they include a regional cybersecurity initiative and a school waste diversion pilot program. Any discussion? There none? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 4, green use, to consider and if appropriate, approve the request from Marion Lovig for the use of the town green on May 16, 2020 to hold National Day of Prayer service from 6:30 PM to 7:30 PM.
I'll move it.
Move, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Aye. To consider and if appropriate, approve the request from Trista Malisi for the placement of a decorated wooden heart on the town green from January 31st, 2020 to February 28th, 2020, to raise awareness for the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign and American Heart Month. I put that forward in the form of a motion.
Second.
Move, second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Conservation and Environmental Commission and Community Forest Commission for the use of the town green on April 25th, 2020 to hold Earth Day and Cleanup Day from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Put that forward in the form of a motion.
Move it.
Second. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Brantford Community Gardens for the use of the town green on May 16, 2020 to hold a plant and produce sale from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Put that forward in motion?
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to put them all together, because it seems to be, they have several of them, several different dates.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think good point. All right, so we'll do same event for May 16th and August 22nd.
Yep.
And I believe that's the last one,
That's
right?
it.
Yeah, so those two.
I'll move that.
All right, it's been moved. Go ahead.
Have these been passed by the Council of Churches? Because the Council of Churches are still the sole owners of the town green.
Well, I think that's in dispute, whether they're the sole owners of the green. I think it's been determined that the town owns the green, but the churches do receive all green use applications. They are forwarded and have the opportunity to, if they have comment.
So these have been forwarded to them and they have approved them.
Yeah, all green use applications will go forward to them. I don't believe we get a formal approval back from them, but if there's questions or concerns, they bring them forward prior to approval. But as they come in, our office does disseminate them to the churches, as well as the Green Committee. Right? Okay. So it's been moved, second, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Brantford Education Foundation and from the Brantford Community Gardens with and the Garden Club for the use of the town green on September 19, 2020 to hold a plant and produce sale from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. All right, so that was another
move
one,
it.
right? All right,
Yep.
move second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Smile Anyway for the use of the town green on August 29, 2020 to hold a music festival from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Moved and second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Brantford Counseling Center for the use of the town green on September 13th, 2020 to hold the annual Pat Andrew Family Day from noon to 4 p.m. I'll move that.
Second.
Move second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Brantford Education Foundation for the use of the town green on September 20th, 2020 to hold Sunday storytellers from noon to 5 p.m. I'll move that.
Second.
Move second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Friends of the James Blackstone Memorial Library for the use of the town green from September 24th, 2020 through September 27th, 2020 to hold the annual James Blackstone Library book sale. I'll move that.
Second.
Move second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Brantford Garden Club for the placement of a scarecrow displays on the town green from October 16th, 2020 through November 3rd, 2020. I'll move that.
Second.
Move second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Appointments. Board of Fire Commissioners, Jack Ahern to fill a vacancy, term to expire January 31st, 2023. I'll move that.
I'll second it and say it's nice to see that someone besides myself wants to just keep serving the town. So, thank you.
All right, thanks. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. If I could, this is going to actually be moved, it's placed under the agenda under appointments, but should be a reappointment. Conservation and Environmental Commission, actually, this should be an appointment, I'm sorry, moved from reappointments, listed as reappointments. Lana Bluge, term to expire July 31st, 2024.
I'll move it.
Move second, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Public Building Committee, Richard Saltz to fill a vacancy term to expire January 31st, 2023. I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Move second, discussion.
I'd just like to say, I had the opportunity to review a resume of Mr. Sal's, and I got to say, we're really adding someone with a lot of background onto a committee that's already serving the town well, and this can only help to enhance it. So I'm glad that people such as Mr. Sal's will step up and put their time in, and this is a good applicant.
Agreed, thank you. So it's been moved second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Center Revitalization Review Board, Tara Antel to fill a vacancy, term to expire March 31st, 2022.
Move it.
Move second, discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Stony Creek Village District Architectural Review Board, Betsy Whelan to fill a vacancy, term to expire May 31st, 2023.
Move it.
Move second, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Tree Warden, David McCarthy. He's been acting as that role, I'll move that.
Second.
Move second, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Reappointments, Academy on the Green, Albert Russell, term to expire January 30th, 2025.
Move it.
Second, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Board of Ethics, Kyle Nelson, term to expire January 31st, 2025.
I'll move it.
Move second, all, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Board of Fire Commissioners, Madeline Clem, term to expire January 31st, 2023. I'll move that.
Second.
Move second, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Board of Police Commissioners, Richard Goodwin and Valerie Wilkins, terms to expire January 31st, 2023.
Move it.
Second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Public Building Commission, Peter Bonka, term to expire January 31st, 2023.
Move it.
Second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Stony Creek Village District Architectural Review Board, William Murray, term to expire May 31st, 2023.
I'll move it.
Move second, discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And John Herzan, Greg Ames, and Sam Kirby's terms to expire May 31st, 2024.
Move it.
Moved second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Correspondence, any other business?
I'd just like to put out one thing. Unfortunately, some people are trying to get in contact me just to give me heads up on some of the activities in town. My website for the town was down, but it's been since corrected. So if anyone needs to get in contact with me, they can now use the town's website.
And I will just make one other note. A notice went out last week just informing the residents that, both portion per ordinance, which as well as per our contract with the curbside collection contractor with your garbage. Per the ordinance, there's a 50-pound limit. I recognize they don't have scales, they don't weigh it, so I really think that has to be a judgment call. If you think it is heavy to move and it exceeds the 50 pounds, perhaps you have to use a separate bag or container for that. But per their contract, it states that it should be 50 gallons or less, as well as it should have handles on there. And that's been in the contract for many, many years. That has been approved and accepted by the Solid Waste Commission, and then ultimately recommended to and approved by the Board of Selectmen. The contractor had continued to pick up some of these that may have exceeded those limits or in terms of weight and size. However, due to the recent, growing number of these extremely large toters, 80, 90 gallons. They have informed us that they would no longer be collecting those out of a courtesy. We informed them that they had to at least notify the residents. Some people have contacted us, not unsure if theirs meets the requirements. However, in the coming weeks, we expect this month, the contractor will sticker your receptacle if it exceeds the size or weight. And they may collect it at that first time when they put a sticker, but that's to really serve as a notice that the next time they will not collect it. So again, this is, they're following their contract. This is something that we reviewed and discussed with them and asked for a little consideration during this period of transition. So I would just, again, just wanted to inform the residents out there and appreciate any cooperation that we can have for a smooth transition.
And it should be noted, all of the regulations are on the town's website so that people can review it to see if they comply.
Right. All right. You're not hearing any other business?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Brantford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BrantfordTV.org.